Welcome to another edition of the Hoop Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm coming to you from my home office. Hope everyone's staying safe out there. All right, in this video, I want to discuss, of course, the news that Russel Tchewa, which 24/7 Sports has confirmed. Russel Tchewa has entered the transfer portal, which is not a guarantee he's leaving, but I mean, it looks like Chewy is leaving. After just 1 year at Texas Tech, the freshman big, 7 foot, listed at 260 pounds. He averaged 1.7 points and almost 1 rebound a game in limited minutes as a true freshman. You know, he showed flashes. I think he showed flashes against Kentucky. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds against TCU in that blowout victory in Lubbock back in February. I mean, he showed us some moments that, hey, okay, there's the potential. I get why Chris Beard signed and brought in Chewy. But then at other times, I mean, you could tell Coach Beard and the whole staff was just so frustrated with him, especially in my opinion, when Tech switches so much on defense, and teams, of course, are trying to get Chewy out in the perimeter, pick and roll action. He would switch and he was just lost, and he would get beat time and time off the dribble. And I mean, the coaches would yank him almost immediately. Now there were times I think he showed improvement throughout the year, but bottom line is it looks like he's gone now. So what's to make of this? How big of a deal is this? Well, I think there are several ways you can go with this. I mean, for me personally, I like Chewy's game. But then again, really, other than the fact that you could use more size on your roster, I don't know how big of a loss this is. I really don't. I don't know how many minutes he would have played. For all the talk about Norris Odiasi, and greatly deserved, because he was a tremendous leader. Coach Beard talked about what a great leader he was. The best leader he's ever been around as a player, which is quite the compliment. And Norris had moments. I mean, there were some moments where he dominated as a senior, especially on the boards and in defense. But if you really look at it, he didn't play a ton of minutes. He didn't play near as many minutes as, obviously like Tariq Owens. Now, some of that was, I think, Odiasi's injury, past, his history of injury with his feet. But I think some of that, too, is that Tech likes to play smaller. They do. I think they want a power forward type, one rim protector type, but really an athletic guy who could run and move and switch and at least kind of guard, not just get totally beat off the dribble immediately when they switch on the perimeter. And Tariq Owens really was a prototype. He was perfect. But I think that's what they want. They want one, 6'9", 6'10" guy, athletic guy who can get up and down the court, but also, he can be a rim protector. And then they want, one kind of real guard, and then 4 just versatile 6'7" or 3 versatile 6'7" guys on the court. I mean, that's really, if you really look at what Beard has done over the past 4 or 5 years, even before Tech, that's the kind of roster he wants, is a very versatile, interchangeable group. And that's what he's recruiting. So it's not really the traditional way most basketball people look at things. But, look, he's been very successful. And ultimately, I trust in Coach Beard in his decisions here. Chewy, he still has 4 years to play 3 seasons remaining. He did provide you, a big to throw in there when you played, like a Kansas who had a big roster, or maybe even a Baylor when you had a bigger roster. I think in terms of how much of a future potential he had, I don't know. I think you could argue that. But I think what it also shows is, look, this is in response to Texas Tech's bringing in, I think right now it's ranked as number 11 in the country, the highest rated recruiting class ever. Now it's a guard and 2 6'7" forwards, which is really, like I was just talking about, what Beard likes. But then also, they just recently added a 4th commit, and I am going to butcher his name. I'm going to try and read it and look at it again. But man, my country accent is really, really rough with this. But his name is Isaiah Nuai. I think they call him Zay. Isaiah Nuai, out of Clarendon College. He was actually, he's a 6'10" big. He can run. He looks raw. Honestly, it's a lot like Chewy, in my opinion, that I think, project. When I see them, I see project. But athletic, I think he's better on the perimeter. More what they want to do more in line with what they want to do on defense, but he can also serve as a rim protector. So that is really exciting. And then Jamarius Burton is a 6'4" combo guard. He's a traditional transfer from Wichita State who signed on Thursday. So it's official. He's a Red Raider. You know, I mean, that's 5 guys they're bringing in. So you knew they were going to have to make some room. What this also signals to me is that, you know, the Red Raiders aren't done on the recruiting trail. They're still looking to add guys. And I think there's 2 bigs that are on my mind that are at the top of the list right now. One being grad transfer, 7'3" big man, Matt Harms out of Purdue. I think most Red Raider fans are familiar with him. He actually had a pretty good game against Texas Tech in the Sweet 16 in 2018. That was the Keenan and Justin and Zach Smith team that went to the Elite Eight, Tech's first ever Elite Eight team. So Matt Harms was, you know, a big man for Purdue, and he's a junkyard dog, kind of clean up on the offensive boards, kind of scorer, but he blocks 2 shots a game. He'll get you some rebounds too. He can run. He's more athletic than like a Chewy in terms of, like I said, switching on the perimeter. I like Matt Harms. I know some people aren't as big on him as a potential addition, but I think he would be a perfect fit for what Tech wants to do on defense. Another guy they're looking at, and this is once again going to the Putnam Science Academy well. This would be, I don't know if it's the 4th or the 5th. You have Malik Ondigo, Josh Mbala, Russel Tchewa, all 3 signed from Putnam and then have since transferred out, or at least 2 have transferred out, and then Tchewa's in the transfer portal. So, and then now Vladimir Golden from Russia. You know, I played on Moscow Red club team. Had a really nice junior FIBA Euro tournament. So, you know, he's 7 foot. He can score around the basket. He's the kind of guy that'll dunk on your head, block your shot in the stands. So if you're looking for a big, mean guy to replace Chewy, I think Vlad would be a good choice, and he'd have 4 years of eligibility, so it wouldn't just be a grad transfer. So Texas Tech's, you know, not done making moves. As Chris Beard always says, you know, he's in the talent acquisition business, and he's going to be aggressive with the roster. So I think I'm going to stress one more time, don't look at the roster in terms of, you know, traditional numbers, because they are going to be aggressive with the roster. Coach Beard is always going to be looking to upgrade, and so with that, anything is possible. And looks like Russel Tchewa is just one of the byproducts of that philosophy. We'll have to see where Tchewa lands. If it's anything like Josh Mbala, who landed at Buffalo last year and averaged a double-double, then I think Chewy will be just fine. But with that, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.